Okay, good morning, Krumbination. This is going to be an exceptionally long vlog today. You know how I know? Because I'm starting it way earlier. Yeah. First off, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, people. And I don't mean to say that sarcastically. I'm just, I don't know what's going on. But really, happy birthday. Not to Krumbination, but, of course, to Darcy, who was in, was it episode 13 of Webcams, All About Lesbians? Darcy is Maddie's wife. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday. If you are not friends with her or Matt on Facebook, go ahead and leave your birthday wishes in the comments. How about that? That's a good idea. Yeah, happy birthday, Darcy. Second of all, yeah, it's a two-for birthday. I was about to say his real name, but I can't do that, although that would be kind of awesome. I'm gonna piss people off today, so might as well start with him, right? Obsquatch's birthday is today, although I can't tell you how old he is, because honestly, I don't know. Maybe I do, but it's not information that's right at the top of my head. But yeah, Obsquatch, it's his birthday today, so on behalf, in honor of that, fuck you, Obsquatch! I like that. Makes me feel good. Fuck you, Obsquatch. Obsy. You guys know where he is. Leave him some birthday wishes on his channel. Yeah. Let's see. And the rest of this vlog, I apologize. It might be, I don't know if it's going to be a little repetitive. Maybe a bit. I don't know. But I apologize to the person who emailed me last night. And here's the problem. And I'm not going to say his name because he emailed me. So by virtue of an email, it was kind of meant to be private. And I respect that and I understand that. It's just, here's the problem. He emailed me last night, right before I went to bed, so I'm not going to respond to it. Wake up, and I take the time in the morning to think about what I'm going to talk about in the vlog, and, of course, all I could think about was his email. And I'll probably still email him back, but I don't have anything else in my mind right now other than that email. So, my apologies to the author of the email. Please do not take this the wrong way. I'm sure you don't care if I mentioned your name, and you can say so in the comments. That's fine. But I'll put that on you. And what I want to make clear is that I'm not calling anybody out here, and I'm not being critical, and I'm not trying to say that there's a right way or a wrong way. And more importantly, to all the other viewers, I don't want anybody to get angry or hostile about any of this. It's just kind of a discussion about Tube Dorks. There were a couple ideas presented in the email. Some of them, I can't really say if they're, all of them, I can't really say if they're good or bad, but what I can say is that I have a very unique experience about with collaborations, and I've been doing it for a very long time. And more to the point, I've watched Tube Dorks since its inception, and the reason I've started doing what I've been doing with Tube Dorks is because the format before just wasn't working. No offense to, it worked for what it was doing, but I looked at what it was, and I saw that it could be something more. And when I say it wasn't working, I mean that in the sense that here was a great idea, a great concept that people can get excited over, and no one was really getting excited over it. So if there's no excitement, to me, it's not working. And I think even Emily would agree with that, since she's the one who, she and Z26, I guess, are the godfathers of Tube Dorks, although I think most of it falls on her. I suppose we could have a couple of vlogs, endless vlogs, talking about who the author of Tube Dorks is. But at any rate, the point is that people weren't getting excited about it. in my mind, from my point of view, it's not working. It's wasted potential. To that extent, the concepts and ideas that were presented in the email last night. I'll kind of just go over an overview. One of them was about rigidity in format, and when I threw the second week to Ryan and Rob for editing, I sent it to them. I sent them the raw vlogs in addition to a folder of resources, and maybe I didn't make it clear to them, but the resources were there, like the titles and the bumpers and some music. The resources are there if you want them or not. One of the points in the email was that an editor should have complete control and freedom to do whatever they want. And I actually agree with that. I think that's the whole point of an editor editing someone else's material. As far as titles and stuff, it doesn't matter. Use what I put the resource folder together as a starting point, and by no means does an editor have to stick to it. So that was the first thing. The second thing, the second suggestion in the email was to get rid of the themes and the unifying themes. I reread it right before I left, but there was kind of another part to it. But I guess the main core was to get rid of the unifying themes. But you know what? I'll get to that in a second. I want to go back to the editing. There is no format to the editing. There really isn't. When I throw it to an editor to edit a vlog, there is no format. Maybe with the table of contents, just to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to give an overview of it. But that's goes with the table of contents. But as far as an individual vlog goes, there is no requirement. There is no vlog. There is no structure, rather. The request is that it's good. And that's kind of what I think has been a little bit of the issue over the past week. And I'm not saying that the vlogs were bad. I'm just saying they weren't where they needed to be. The edits weren't bad. They weren't where they needed to be. I'm looking for a very high level of, like I said before, brutality in the editing. I want to see an editor make someone else's vlog their own little piece of artwork, and I didn't see that necessarily. I didn't see a full extent. I didn't see what I was looking for in that respect in the vlogs. Now, that was the first week other people were editing Tube Dorks. It's all a growing process. I mean, everybody figured. I mean, it's not. Nothing's ever going to be right the first time, and that's kind of the cool thing about everything that we do on YouTube and creatively, is that nothing's a finished product. We're constantly working at it and figuring it out and figuring out better ways to do it. So that's, I think that would be the core point about editing and structure. It's not, there really is none. There really is none. As an editor, as the person behind the wheel, take the vlog wherever you want it to go, but I want to see you make it your own. Titles, whatnot, well, who cares? If you've got a better idea for it, go with it. If you don't use them. If you like what's already there, use that. It doesn't matter. Just make it your own, and the resources there are there to help you if you want them. So moving forward again, the other idea was to get away, to drop all the themes and whatnot. Now again, like I said, I have a unique experience in collaborations, in collaborating with people. I've edited lots of people's materials. I've edited a lot of people's materials for my own work. I've edited a lot of people's materials for their own projects. I have coordinated a lot of people for tons of projects to create a finished little piece of art. And it's with, webcams, Tube Dorks, or not Tube Dorks, Talking Heads, Tube Talking with Eric Morrison, Sex Kittens, the Darksiders, Brotherhood of the Royal Blue Headband. I mean, there's a ton of shit, and there's things that weren't even my projects. Melee's End, if anybody remembers that saga. So I have a unique experience and unique knowledge about this, and it is with that I look at what happened with Tube Dorks, and how the excitement waned and disappeared. And I've seen that with my own projects, that I kind of put together this concept where it's it's a vlogging channel based on kind of like a newspaper, which is ultimately what it boils down to. A newspaper might not have, a newspaper certainly does not have, a general theme, unless it is Casey Anthony, and then everything in the paper would be about Casey Anthony. But, I mean, even that case, no. There's different stories across the spectrum. There's different stories across the spectrum in a newspaper. But that's also because a newspaper has many, many pages to fill. We have 5 to 7 slots to fill. And by that I mean 1.5 to 3 minutes? Maybe a minute to 3 minute video a day. Now, I know other vlogging channels have done the whole theme thing. And the suggestion in the email was get rid of the theme and just kind of let it be not words from the email, but this is kind of what it boiled down to. Let it be a celebration of the editors, which I think is a great idea. It's really a cool idea and a really cool concept. This particular community isn't there yet. It's just, and I just ask you to trust me on that. Wow, this is like the longest pause I've had in like 2 weeks or something. I've completely lost my train of thought. Bear with me 1 second. Even a viewer needs a break every now and then, right? I apologize. Wow, I was on a good roll, too. Let it be a celebration of the editors. Just kind of talking about the current format, I think. And, and the theme, the reason for the theme. And I guess in order to really put this into perspective, I got to backtrack to Krumbination. And, a point in the email was that Krumbination is small. And a lot of people aren't necessarily a lot of people aren't getting involved with it. I mean, we haven't even seen Tube Dorks vlog from Emily, the founding member of Tube Dorks, and certainly a member of Krumbination. One of the founding members of Krumbination. She was there from the beginning. So if we haven't wrangled in Emily to do a vlog for Tube Dorks, obviously, ipso facto, we're not doing something right. But I don't really view it that way. I know our second week theme was just plain fucking weak. Not that the vlogs weren't good, because everything turned out great. But I mean, as far as opinion goes, you don't get much out of Magic Moments. But going back to Krumbination, that it is small, and but the thing about it is that the growth might not be monumental day over day, but there is growth to it. And one thing about Krumbination, and again, talking from experience of a lot of collaborative work and a lot of projects that I've seen grow and die, good projects too. Krumbination, this particular community hasn't gone anywhere. And it has been very persistent, even when I haven't done anything to encourage it. And I've said that before, and I will say it again and again and again. My hat's off to you, and my gratitude to everybody who keeps Krumbination alive. It's amazing. So, when I craft Tube Dorks and position Tube Dorks as a product of Krumbination, just like webcams, I see it as something to serve the creative desire of Krumbination and feed the creative beast of Krumbination. And I think for the people who have gotten involved with it, both as vloggers and editors, I think they get it and they see that. And I think the best example of this has been Kat, who has been, you know, she started with Talking Heads and kind of just fell, you know, she was involved and then she kind of fell off the grid a little bit, but then she came back and on YouTube, and then boom, man, right back into things with Tube Dorks, and now back into Krumbination. And she, I mean, that's the power of Krumbination. That's, you know, when we talk about, you know, yeah, it's not growing and it takes, I mean, point is that Tube Dorks has been, we've only had 2 produced weeks of Tube Dorks over the course of about a month or so. So, you know, you can't really expect it to be growing hand over fist day after day, even despite my own commentary about people not watching it. But that's also because that commentary comes from the fact that Tube Dorks is technically supposed to have its own installed user base, but by the time I get to it, and that user base, well, I guess it's like any user base on YouTube, any generic YouTube user base, rather. You know, it comes and goes with the change of the wind, and should never, you know, you can't expect much out of them. I expect more out of Krumbination than I do out of the generic YouTube. I'm getting way off point here, and my throat's starting to hurt a little bit from all this yabber dabber doing. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like the sum of it. I do, the core concept of this Tube Dorks 2.0 is taking an editorial approach, and not as a video editor, but like a newspaper editorial approach to a vlogging channel. You know, that was one of the main concerns. We don't want to do another vlogging channel like 5 Awesome Fill in the Blanks, you know. It's been done to death. There's nothing original about it. One, you know, the most unique aspect of Tube Dorks is that we take a vlog and we hand it over to a video editor. So someone different edits the vlog. That's the most unique thing. Can we get rid of the theme? Yeah, sure, it's possible. But the theme also acts as a starting point. And I don't know that we would have gotten the vlogs we would have gotten out of people, the first and second week vlogs, if we didn't say, please talk about this. We might have gotten a vlog, but chances are we wouldn't have gotten any vlog. It's easier to have a subject given to you. I mean, and again, going back to the newspaper analogy, you know, the entire paper is not all written on a specific theme, granted, but that editorial staff gives the writers their subjects, the topics, or the writers go to the editorial team and say, can I write about this, that, or the other thing? But it goes through editorial approval, and ultimately that is the template of Tube Dorks, is to craft a vlogging channel around around the concept of editorial approval. And it's not because things have to be done a certain way, it's not because things need to have a certain look to it, it's because I want to craft the most compelling week of videos as possible. And that's not going to happen if there is no structure, if everybody has the freedom to do whatever they want. Because number one, it's probably just not going to happen at all. That's what we saw happen with the original version of Tube Dorks. It might work for a week or two, and sporadically here and there, but then it falls off. People are assigned their specific days, and they're tasked to vlog for each. Ultimately, in the long run, it doesn't work. Doesn't keep the inspiration alive. Doesn't keep the creativity alive. Those are my thoughts on the subject. I know this is an incredibly long video. I apologize for everyone who's watched the whole thing and has comments and thoughts and can contribute to the conversation. Is there a place to take away the theme? Is there another project that we could launch? Is Tube Dorks something we should, should our goal for Tube Dorks to be to eventually drop the theme? My opinion is that right now that's not possible. But, what are your thoughts? It's a community after all. Krumbination. That's what we're here for. Let me know. See you later, guys.